Good morning and welcome to day 16 of our second annual WSOP Daily Spaces coverage. I'm Sherry Pluskota, and we'll see which co-hosts show up today. Hey, Blue, thanks for joining me this morning. We're going to get started and see what the day is going to bring. Many thanks to our sponsor, Elevator Results, who has been our sponsor for a year now. If you need a tailor made workout plan to help you lose weight or gain weight, Elevator Results can help design that plan. Follow them on Twitter and check out their site at elevatorresultspt.com. Please be reminded you can find the recordings of our past spaces on my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212. Please subscribe when you go there to listen to one of our former broadcasts, so to speak. Also, Brian's vlogs can be found on his YouTube channel, Software Brian. So we will be looking for his second vlog, which will probably come out today or in the next couple of days. So definitely looking forward to that. I want to go ahead and give some fun facts while we see if one of my co-hosts is going to join us today or not. And those fun facts are going to be about our Hall of Fame inductees. We left off in 2015. Now we move on to 2016. Carlos Mortensen was inducted that year. Carlos is known for his loose play, bluffing tactics, and interesting chip stacking style. Now, I have not seen any of his chip stacking styles, but I'm going to maybe try to research that and see if I can't find any pictures of him doing some fun, building with his chips. In 2016, Todd Brunson was inducted to the Hall of Fame. With a name like Brunson, you would be born to play poker, right? However, you may be surprised to know that Doyle did not teach Todd how to play poker. He learned it while he was in college, which I was kind of surprised at that little fact. But good morning, Brian. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing, Sherry?
I'm doing well, thank you. Did you know Carlos, or have you seen pictures or video of Carlos stacking chips?
Which Carlos?
Carlos Mortensen.
Yes.
So, what is so different about what he does? Does he make animals, buildings, or just has dirty stacks?
No, from what I remember, he just likes to stack big chips and things like that in different formations. I don't know. I don't think it's anything special.
Interesting. Well, I thought, because in his, in things I was finding online, they made such a point of mentioning it in several different places. So, and I've just not had a chance to do any research. So,
Yeah, from
interesting,
what I
fun
remember,
little fact.
I mean, maybe I could be wrong, but from what I remember, he had a few tournaments where he had like piles of chips and he stacked them into different shapes or whatever, like
Right,
everybody
right,
does.
right. Well, I don't make different shapes. I just make different stacks, but it's, interesting nevertheless. Did you make it home?
I did make it home. I
Awesome.
leave tonight to go back for Thursday for the deep stack. And I like have plans and everything. I have a flight already, Sherry, and I have a
Look
place to
at
stay.
you.
Yeah, I'm planning in advance, turning over a new leaf. No, not a chance.
Not a
But yeah,
chance. He's too old to make those changes, but I admire the fact that you have a place and your flight already. That's pretty good, Brian.
I thought about reserving something for like the entire 2 weeks, but I just couldn't bring myself to that much organization, Sherry.
Well,
I think I'm
organization
good.
is not for everyone.
I think I am good for like a few days though. So
All right. So you're going to stay, today is what, Wednesday? So you'll be there Wednesday night through. What is your initial plan?
Oh shit. This one's the long one, Sherry. My schedule, I looked at the schedule, and at best over the next, like, I think it was 28 days, I have like 4 days off.
Okay.
So today is the 12th. So let's say the 13th, what did I do here? I see what I did. So the next 23 days, there's like 3 days that I might not play. Now,
But you don't see yourself going home for those days, right? You're just going
no,
to hang out in Vegas and just chill or
I'm
find
probably
something.
in Vegas for 3 weeks is what
Okay.
this means. Yeah. And there is the possibility, like the Colossus, right? If I got through on Friday, then I'm not going to play Saturday and Sunday. So
Right.
then I would get some time off there. I mean, that's really the plan, right?
Okay. Should we take
look
bets?
at look at
Should we take bets knowing that our little social butterfly and our little butterfly that, um, takes meds for his, affliction of not being able to stay focused on one thing? Um, should we take bets as to how many times he flies back home in the next 3 weeks?
I mean, it's likely maybe to be once.
I'm just joking.
But I mean, here's
You
the thing.
just get bored very easily. If I've learned one thing about you in the last year, you have a lot of stuff going on and you get bored and you want to keep it moving. And there's no shame in that game, Brian. You're a hardworking guy and a family man. And I know you love to go see your family as well. So I just with you this morning, just kidding around.
Yeah, no big deal. Yeah. So coming up Thursday, $800 deep stack, monster stack after that. Unfortunately, Sherry, apparently I qualify for the seniors event. I don't think that's
Say it
really a
isn't
thing,
true.
but whatever. So obviously I'm going to play that for sure. And then the Millionaire Maker is the following weekend. Then we have this kind of like crazy run. We have a $600 deep stack. We have right on the heels of that another $600 deep stack, $500 Salute to Warriors, and then the multi-day of the Colossus. I plan to fire every one of those if I need to.
Right.
And then that leads right into the tag team, and then obviously the mini main event. I'm not missing that either. Depending on how things go, if probably I would sell like 40% if I was going to play the main.
Right.
And then that I would definitely play 1D for this, just my schedule and stuff like that. So
how exciting. I'm getting excited now. This is awesome. What a great schedule. And we get to rail you. And in between all that, I'm going to be able to see you. And Todd was in here a minute ago. He'll be there for like, I don't know, 12 or 24 hours. By the time I get there, he'll be going home the next day. But we're still going to figure out something where we can maybe go to dinner or something. Unless I'm railing him or I'm railing you, then we're just going to do some kind of takeout, DoorDash or something on the road.
I don't make any dinner plans on, unless I know that I'm not in something.
Absolutely. And that's the poker player's way, right? Yes, we're going to find something to do, but it's always a last minute plan because everybody's in and out of tournaments and winning tournaments. And, so you just wait until the time comes and then you plan it.
I totally despise when poker players say, if I bust out, then we can grab dinner. Like I'm not planning to bust out. I'm planning to win the event.
Hell yeah. And I'm planning on railing you. So there's that.
I don't even want that in my brain. You know what I mean? Because you see people like they get down and they're like, you know what, this is a close one. I'm gonna go with calling off here because if I bust, then I could go to dinner with so and so. I've seen and on some level, it's in there somewhere. Like
Right.
if you're short, like you're tired of fighting that short stack. I had times in the main, Sherry, where I battled a 10 big stack for like 2 friggin' days and then like bubbled, like practically not stone bubble, but like within a few hours the bubble is
Right.
close enough to feel gross. So, but it's hard to keep that motivation, and you don't want to have any of that in your
And
mind.
I 100% agree. And I know I brought this up in the past when I traveled with my daughter for her sport. A lot of parents like book their flights to the next city and they only made the reservation in their hotel for half the time of the tournament. I never did it that way. I always planned to stay to the championship day. I never booked our flight until she was out. Unless I had a flight that I could change, so then I would book it maybe the day before, depending on flight, just because of flight times. But it had to be a flexible flight that I could change it to the next day. But I never told her that. I always said, "Yeah, we're booked on Sunday. We're doing this. We're here till Sunday." And I firmly believe that you have to have that vision and stay focused on that vision
Yeah,
for sure.
like
Hundred
that's
percent.
important for the main too. It's hard. The thing is, if the best advice would be to have somebody there with you that can deal with all of that stuff so that you can focus on playing. The last thing who was it? Maybe a couple of years ago, there was a guy that he was on day like 3 or 4 of the main, and he had to move hotels,
Oh yeah,
and
no.
so he went on the. I think it was last year. He went on the dinner break or whatever. Was trying to move hotels, didn't get moved over in time, got back late, and now he's he's giving up blinds
Yeah,
on day 4 of the main. Like, don't let that happen. Just have somebody there would be a better thing, because the thing about it is, Sherry, like with the main event, like the worst thing is getting knocked out. And the last place on earth that you want to be is Las Vegas and watching all these
right,
people
right.
go on with your chips and
And
you
you're
know
making the walk of shame.
and you're just like bent. My first main event, they gave you the hotel for the week, so I was there for the week. I was out the first day, and I remember just being at the valet, because we were at Treasure Island, and watching all these people come down to go hop in their cars because all the Poker Stars people were there. And they were getting in their cars to head over for day whatever, and I was like, get me the heck out of here. So, but if I didn't have somebody there with me, I'd do exactly what you're saying. I'd book out, until the end. I mean, the hard part is that once you get past what day 2, now the fields combine. So day 3 on, you don't have time. And, it is freaking unbelievably grueling by, the end of that. Not,
Absolutely.
not that I've made it to the end, but I made it to like, I think day 4. And by day 4, you're kind of rolling and whatever, but like there's nothing else going on in your life than the World Series of Poker. Like that's what the focus is, not moving places and things like that. So,
And certainly not dinner with friends.
certainly not dinner with friends. Yeah. I could give a crap about dinner. Just make sure that I'm not hungry. I mean, that
Listen,
is what it's a good thing that you bring that up. What I've been doing and what I've always been doing is just trying to eat enough food that I'm not hungry. And
that's kind of what I do. I don't like to be full when I'm playing. And then, like when I played for instance, one of the tournaments I made day 2 was the ladies event in 2019. And I think we played 11 hours the first day, may have been 12, but I want to say it was 11 hours the first day. And I ended the day with like the 10th smallest stack of chips. So I was grinding. I think I had like 11,500 in chips going into day 2.
Yeah.
So mentally, I was exhausted just from the grind of, you know, trying to grind it out and stick with that small stack and making right decisions, right?
Right.
Not costly decisions. And I'm telling you, I went to that hotel room and ordered room service. I made 2 phone calls. When people were texting me, I just had a message that I copy and pasted that said, "Look, it's been a long day. I just need to chill. Sorry, I can't talk right now." And, everybody understood. Anybody that knows anything understands why they got a message like that. And I love that people were reaching out to me. It was amazing to have that support, but I just needed to chill, have a good solid meal. I don't even remember what I ordered, but it was, what I call a good sit down meal, room service. And then I just chilled in the hotel until the next day when I left the room to go play day 2.
Well, yeah, afterwards you want to get a good meal, but also
Right.
like throughout, like just having a little something, you start feeling a little hunger pain, just something to cut that off so that your mind can get back on poker. And
Absolutely.
having
And
that with you is 100% what you should be doing, because you don't want to be thinking, when's the next break so that I can get something, and there's this stress of like all these people are going to be in line for getting that, and I only got 20 minutes and I got to go to the restroom and all this stuff. So like the more that you can take out of your way, that you can just focus on poker, the better.
right
So
on.
that's really, I think, probably a big mistake that people make their first time out and things like that.
I
um,
agree.
because
I agree. And that backpack or that pocketbook with snacks is a key to success. Or,
because Sherry, even if you're somebody that, like, you haven't been to the World Series, but you played a lot of tournaments, most people aren't used to a day 2, certainly a day 3, or a day 4 of a tournament. And now you're in these situations where there's a lot of money on the line, and so you don't want to make a bad decision, and that kind of thing. So it's funny, Sherry. Speaking of that, so my bust out hand in the event number 3 there, like, I know it's the right thing to do. The guy raises from the cutoff. I look.
wait. You mean the tournament, the freeze out that you came in 12th place?
Yeah. Thanks
Okay.
for that, Sherry.
Yep,
Your check for
absolutely. Yep.
calling that out will be in the mail. No, so like the guy raises, Michael Wang, he raises from the cutoff. I look down at ace 10, I jam in, and I saw Andreas the other day and I was like, yeah, maybe, like, and he's like, don't be stupid. So anyway, it's funny. It's
You
funny
know that
that,
was the right decision.
yeah, like, I know it's the right decision, right? I'm just stupid, but it's funny. I was looking at some clips for the episode 2 of the vlog, and so I was going back to see if there was something there that I could use that was
Right.
like just a clip, and I see the same guy. He's doing the same thing with ace 5, and I'm like,
Now that may not be the
why
right
couldn't you have had
decision.
ace 5 instead of ace jack out pipping me, Sherry? I'm
Look,
like,
you made the right decision. That's what you need to be proud of. The
yeah.
cards didn't fall in your favor, and we've all been the victim of that, right?
Oh,
So,
and to get to that spot, the cards have to fall in your favor more than once. I'm sure there's lots of people walking around Vegas pissed at me, so you know, they're
pissed at
paying.
you. Some say there may be some in the spaces pissed at you, but we're going to keep it moving down the tracks.
I don't care. I don't care. If you don't
Listen,
like
did you
me,
hear? Look,
like me.
we're going to keep on rolling down the tracks.
Yeah.
Did you see? There was a Twitter announcement. I retweeted it this morning that they have, starting today, I want to say they've made some changes to Twitter. You will not be able to see what another person likes. So what are the trolls going to do now? They can't say, I saw that you liked that post and now I'm mad at
Oh
you.
gosh. If somebody told me like I saw that you liked, oh gosh, like don't ever DM me that. We are not friends if you need to DM that.
I knew you'd be
Like,
upset.
my gosh, get over it,
Get a
people.
fucking life. But I thought it was funny. I just had to laugh and bring that up. But so
I don't even
starting on,
know, Sherry. Sherry, all this stuff I hear things go on, and I am not in spaces. And just for everybody, I love everybody. You're all wonderful people. I'm sure you're very talented at whatever you want to do in life. And if you're like, I just don't care. Honestly, I just don't care. So, yeah, so that's it.
well,
But
we're going to keep on moving and, you'll be able to see, who likes your tweets, but you're not going to be able to see which tweets I like. So I thought that was an interesting
what will I
change.
do with my day?
I know, but you know what's going to happen now? Those trolls are going to have to go from account to account to see what comments you're making where, which I think is so funny. But anyway, I just had to bring that up because, we've all known somebody to say, I saw you like that tweet to blah,
Oh,
blah, blah. And it's so funny when people do that. So anyway, another little announcement today. King's Casino in Rosvada, I know I'm saying that wrong, in Europe has been sold by Leon. Did you hear that?
oh, that's good.
Yeah, and for those that may not know, at WSOP, there is a high roller cash room, and it's modeled after the King's Resort. So I'm going to be curious to see if that is maintained next year, if there's going to be changes to that lounge, the King's Lounge.
Yeah, I've gone in there to film. It's like the only place that's quiet. You know, you go in there
Yeah,
and
it's like a
got a,
pin. Yeah, you could hear
got
a
a
pin
nice
drop in there.
cushy couch. They make you think you can't go in there, but like it's illegal to have a private gaming area. So they ask, do you have ID? Do you have a player's card? The person's like, you got to go over and talk to these people, and they make it look like a whole process. But yeah, I play their game and I go and film little vlog segments there.
I
So
love that. Yeah,
where did Blue go? She was
it's a,
here. I was
yeah.
gonna call on her and she
It,
disappeared.
it's a beautiful lounge, like you said, and I think she's having technical difficulties because she's gone out and come back in a couple of times.
Okay.
So, and I had given her the speaker role, but my guess is she either has a phone call or she's just having more technical issues. So hopefully she'll be back here in a minute, and we'll get her up. But
Sherry, Sherry, I want to talk about my friend Men the Master because I have some inside
yeah,
things
let's go.
to share
Yeah,
here.
let's go. Before we hit that, though, let me make one more announcement so I could just check it off my list of things to do because I think that conversation is going to take a while for us. So let
Sure.
me just give a little shout out. I was trying to look this up when we were on air yesterday and I just couldn't find it fast enough. But there were 7 women that made it to day 2 of the high roller, and I wanted to give them a shout out. It was Victoria Lifshitz, Maria Ho, Maria Konakova, Nadia Magnus, and I don't know how to say this name, and I want to say Rania, and I'm going to spell the last name Masreddine, Kristen Foxon, and Ming Zhang. Those 7 women did make it to day 2 of the high roller. That was a high percentage of women advancing, and
And
Kristen Foxon came in 32nd for 50K in that tournament. So I just wanted to give a shout out to the women in that tournament. Go ahead, Brent.
yeah, and Maria Ho bubbled basically 51st with 48 making the money. And when I saw her, Sherry, she looked like somebody had kicked her dog. She was like so mad. She was like
Oh,
just short and miserable.
yeah, I don't blame her.
She was on like that's the worst when you're on the bubble and you
The
feel like
bubble.
slipping away. No.
I in
Uh,
2022, I think it was. I think I was the bubble like 10 times that year. It may have been 8. It was miserable.
Yeah.
They just started calling. My friends were like, "Here comes the bubble girl." I'm like, "Fuck off, you guys." But anyway, let's go back to the subject you wanted to talk about. But let's say hello to Fats this morning. How are you, bud? He probably drove away from the
Probably
phone for a minute,
sleeping.
but that's okay. Let's talk about Smitty on Twitter. Brian Smith no IRL tweeted about being in a hand with Min. So go ahead,
All
Brian.
right, so they're in a hand. It's three ways, and one of the guys is all in, and the cards get dealt out, and the short stack, who was all in, obviously, he wins the hand. For he had 4.1 million, and allegedly triples up, right? So a couple minutes go by, and he realizes that he's shorted by, what was it? It was 4 million, I think, right?
Yes, 4
So,
million,
so
maybe a little bit more, but yeah.
coincidentally, I think it was 4 million because he had 4 million, and each of the people were supposed to pay 4 million. And so now they're going to the videotape to figure out what's the deal. He's missing 4.1 million. WSOP doesn't do a great job here, but I want to stop right here and recognize the biggest issue of this whole thing. This hand started out screwed up by not only the dealer, but the floor is there as well. This is
Yeah,
a big pot. The
yeah,
floor is there. The dealer makes a huge mistake and doesn't pull the 4.1 million
exactly.
into the pot.
Exactly.
So,
Before any cards are put out, the pot should have been made
so
right.
I just want to call this out so that as you guys are at the table, ensure the procedures are followed. It's really easy to get in a big pot and be excited and forget about that, but ensure that the procedures are followed, right? That is pulled into the pot, right, before anything happens, right?
Yes.
Just like
Yes.
some people, they don't have change for the ante and they put it out there and they're like, "Well, just get it in a minute." No, 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 no. Get the change, put the
Make the
ante
pot,
level,
yeah, make the
and
pots right.
be done, right? So before any cards are turned over, what should have happened is the dealer should have pulled in the stacks, pulled in the pot, made the pot right. She didn't do that. The floor didn't insist that she did that, who was standing right there. And that's the core of where the problem starts.
Absolutely.
So 4.1 million now missing from this guy's stack. There's video that seems to show Men the Master after the hand. Everybody's celebrating in this whole, or the guy's celebrating in this whole thing, and he's high-fiving the floor who's not paying attention to Men the Master.
Okay, and let's stop there for a minute because as a player, you shouldn't be out celebrating. You should be watching the pot and what the dealer's doing and making sure that the chips are being counted correctly that are now going into the pot. You have a responsibility too.
Okay, so while everybody's celebrating, um, it seems to show Men the Master taking his 4.1 million and putting it back into his stack. So here's the thing. A few years back, I was playing with Men the Master, and I said to him, I said, man, there's a lot of rumors about you in a hotel room and them finding chips in your hotel room and getting banned. So Sherry, I want to lay everybody's mind at ease and let you all know that Men the Master told me personally that that was a false story, that he didn't do it. It's
Even though
fake news.
the video
So I'm sure this is all a big
Oh
misunderstanding.
my
But
goodness.
listen, here's the thing. In all seriousness, if Caesars does an investigation like they should, like they better, okay? He
Right.
did not make a mistake. It's one thing, level one, you put $200, somehow something gets mixed up. 4.1 million in chips went back into his stack that weren't that probably, if this is true, 4.1 million in chips went back into his stack.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
that's
And
not
I'm going to
not
tell you
okay.
something. I looked at those videos a couple of times now. I'm in a hotel room having fun and, we're
Yeah,
traveling. So, yes, I looked at those videos. In my opinion, he he definitely brought his chips back to him and made his stack, and he did bring the bet, the 4.1 million back
yeah,
into his own stack. And the guy is, Smitty is out celebrating that he won the pot, and not even focusing on what's going on with the chips. And
yeah.
he bears some responsibility too. And to me, it definitely, he took his chips back. And Scott Seaver was very strong headed, and he said he should be banned from every casino in America. So there is quite a roar on Twitter
He
tonight.
won't get he probably won't get banned from every casino in America, but he should be banned from all Caesars properties by the end of the day if it were me. Uh,
Right.
so
And I
there's a big
guess
push
there
for
was a
that.
quote I'm sorry, Brian. I posted at in the Jumbotron here. Um, Poker Org, of course, covered it. And I want to say in their article, when one of the players asked Min what the size of the all in, or what the size of the bet was, he said he didn't care, like he wouldn't answer. He just said, I don't care. And so, there it just is an unfortunate situation, but everybody bears responsibility, the dealer and floor person, and it's, to me, the player as well.
I
So
mean, look, like this is another thing too. Like, just if the other day I was asking what the big blind was, and I said 1,000, and then as soon as I said that, like two other people acted right, and
right.
at first I went, wait, I didn't, and I was like, nope, that was dumb, right? Like that was dumb. I said 1,000, it's
Yep.
1,000, you know.
Yeah.
So, if you do something and you screw up, just,
Just keep on
realize
trucking.
too, like what's fair too. Like I said, my first event, in the 500, early on, this guy, he sees the river card and then he says, I didn't go. And then the dealer goes, no, you checked. She's
Right.
like adamant. They call the floor over. The floor ultimately decides that he gets to go and they're going to shuffle the card back in. I didn't agree with it. Normally I would. I didn't see whether he checked or not. But
Right.
typically, dealers will say they didn't see or whatever. This lady was adamant. And then the way that he described, he said, I was counting my chips, and he's like got his index finger out and he's like pointing down
Right.
as he does it. And I'm like, well, that's a check. I don't care what your thing is. So anyway, he makes a big bet after they shuffle the card back in. The guy calls and they redeal the river for him to turn over, which was a missed net flush draw, right?
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
saying
So
to
he got
myself,
a second chance at it.
let's say you're in that position, okay, and you've got a flush draw, and now the river comes out, okay, and you missed the dealer missed or whatever.
Right.
Ask yourself, if I had made the flush, would I have made a
No,
big
of
deal out
course
of
not.
this?
Of course not. And he
So
did it so he could get another chance at making his flush. He got a second card to look at.
yeah, so if you're saying honestly that you would have asked for the next car. You know what I mean? Like if you didn't see the river, then okay, but like you seeing the river, even if whatever his side of the story is right, if you can't honestly say that you would have still called for them to allow you to bet and take that card back, which probably very few people would actually do, then the fair thing is that the river stands. I mean, it's like, you know,
Otherwise, it's an ankle, isn't it? It's an ankle.
Yeah,
Absolutely an ankle.
right.
And I want to thank Zach for posting a picture. I put it up in the Jumbotron. He sent it to me. That's a picture of
there we go.
Carlos Mortensen's one of his chip stack designs. So just so everybody can get a little glimpse of what he was up to with his chip stack, which is pretty awesome, actually. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it makes it hard to bet, Sherry. I'm thinking.
Of course it does.
If I'm there, I'm going to bet him like 50 more chips than it is to get to the middle of this crazy tower here. So he's got to unpack it all.
I love it
much. And then I'm going to call the floor and call a clock on him while he's trying to do that.
Right? You're so mean, but I get it. I absolutely get it. Let's talk about.
Well, Sherry, wait, hang on. If those are your chips, you're pretty pissed that he's making like a frigging UFO flying saucer.
I'm going to tell you something, Brian. I don't give a shit what he's doing. That shit doesn't bother me at the table.
I know.
I could give a shit about that kind of stuff. But let's go over what happened. Go ahead, Fats. You with us now? Fats, hello. Hello, Fats.
I don't show him on mute.
Maybe I need to remove him and send him down. Maybe he's having technical issues.
There he is. Maybe.
Fats, are you there, Fats? Earth to Fats.
You need a new mic, Fats.
Maybe.
Or maybe go down and come back up.
Yeah, I'm going to remove you and just go back, Fats, and let's see if that'll work. And Donna, I sent you. There's an error removing your guest, Fats. I don't know what's going on. All right, Fats is coming back up. Let's try this. And Donna, I sent you a request, so she may be in the car, though. Yeah, there we go. Hey, Fats, how are you, Pat?
Okay, what I was going to say was the simple solution is the next time, if you don't like the way he's stacking his chips, is the next time he puts in a raise and it comes around to you, ask the dealer, how much does he have behind?
Yeah, that's true.
But he doesn't have to count it unless it's an all-in. He could just say, "Here's what I have."
Doesn't have an all-in. He just raised, and you have enough, and you're trying to decide how much you want to raise. You have to know how much he has. So
yeah, but you can't ask the dealer to count the chips at that point.
Right. So they have to come down to be counted.
He has to have his chips in a way that they can be counted.
Yeah, but the dealer's not counting them there is my point.
It doesn't.
You can ask them to be stacked so that the player can get an eye view. And yes, but the dealer cannot count them at that point.
You know what I like, Fats? Like these dealers keep telling me that like somebody's all in and I ask how much is it? And then they're like, I can't give you a count. And
that's not correct.
You are not correct. Like I have to know how much it is. So I need a count, just funny.
Hey, Donna,
how much is the bet to me? There's a bet to me. How much is it? That's an easy solution. You say, okay, just call the floor then.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Of course, then you have to be careful which floor person they over. With some floor people will give you the wrong, then you have to call for an appeal.
Hey, Donna, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I've been having problems with my phone. I've just had an angel reading, which is fucking hilarious. Spot next 6 months, and oh my God. I'll speak to you after. It is so fucking funny. It's unreal.
I love it. You
I
got
have
the
no idea
wanker
what
over.
she's saying, Sherry.
I'll
Is there
translate.
a translation for that?
Yes. First of all, I'm going to tell her the wanker is laughing at what she just said. And she just said she had an angel reading and it covers the next 6 months and it's hilarious. And after we're done with the space, she's going to tell me all about it. There you go.
All right.
Hello, wanker.
Hello. Oh, you're talking to Fats. I'm sorry.
No, that's my son. She was talking to my son.
Oh, okay.
But let's move on to yesterday and go over what took place at the WSOP. Stephen Winters is our gladiator, sparing down 20,647 entries to take home the gold of $400,000, dueling Simon Britton, who finished second for $250K. So congratulations. That was the gladiator event number 20. Any comments?
That is not bad. Steven's first World Series of Poker cash. He's got
Right?
nothing on the board here. So a $400,000 gladiator win is pretty impressive.
Hell yeah.
At that.
It's pretty awesome. Congratulations to those winners. Event
And
number
then
20.
and then
go ahead.
just really quick, his best live cash before that, $5,471, and he has a total of before that 18,000, almost 19,000. Let's just call it
On his hand and mob.
thing. So he doesn't have a World Series cash, he does have a lot of circuit caches. So
Very nice.
he did quite well. Looks like he's out there from at Cherokee. Been doing that. Before that, he actually, this is funny. It shows he has in 2021 he has a 7 p.m. daily deep stack cash of $1,648. So
Good for him.
that was for 6th place in that. So
Good for him.
pretty funny to come out there and just smash it. I'm not jealous at all, Jerry.
Well, he's got
bracelet.
that Covenant gold bracelet and now $400K for that Hendon mob.
Yeah, and our friend Min Win, who should have that whole cash taken away, 19th place for 16,000 in that event. So
there you go.
Kudos to him and his extra 400,000. 4.1 million.
4.1. All right, event number 26 was, hold on a second. First, we couldn't get her on the mic. Now we can't get her off the mic.
All right.
Event number 26 was the 25K high roller, and congratulations for his 5th title and bracelet. Nick Schulman took home the gold and 1.6 milli. That's not a bad purse, huh?
And the guy just takes the best bracelet pictures. Like, I think when I get my bracelet, I'm gonna consult him on how we should set up the photo, because he's really solid. The end of that, a lot of big names there down the stretch, Sean Deeb and Dan Smith, and even
Sean Deeb took 8th place for 150K, and let's not forget who he went heads up with. Noel Rodriguez took 1.1 million for 2nd place.
Wow, over $1 million, and they get like $1 million Player of the Year points. Participation trophy points for that event.
He's not salty about that still.
So 1,285 points Nick gets for that. Like, that's
wow,
an absurd amount of points.
That's a lot. That's something I think they're going to evaluate again. Let's move on to event number 27.
Well, just really quick, like the guy that beat out 20,000 people got 1,271 points, 14 points less than Nick Schulman got for beating out a couple hundred. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, 318 he beat.
I hear you.
So.
I hear you. And I think we're going to hear about that every day, people. So buckle up.
Brace yourself.
Buckle up. He's on a little bit of a tirade about that, and I don't blame you. I think it's a fair point you bring up for sure. So event number 27 was the $1,500 Big O. Michael Christ won that, and $306,000. Matthew Beener was second place finisher, and he took home $204,000. Any comments?
I am not on that one, so just
Okay.
Let's move past it.
Let's go on to event number 28 was the $1,500 freeze out, $3 million in prize pool money, 2,317 entries. There are 22 left. Chip leader is Andres Gonzalez with 7 million in his stack. Nicholas, I'm going to spell his last name, Vayssiries, has 4.4 million. And
who's in third?
I don't know. I just did the top two.
Balakrishna Patur.
Easy for you to say. What's his chip stack size?
4.455 million.
Awesome. And let's give a little shit out. Let's give a little shit out. Let's give a little shout out to Ebony Kennedy, who's in 15th place as far as chip stack sizes, and she has 1.9 million in chips, and they are guaranteed 15,000 at this point in time, and there is 412K at the top waiting for the winner.
Let's just call Ebony at 2 million. She's close enough there. I'm going to give her the extra 10K and push her into the 2 million range.
There you go. On to event number 29, the 10K deuce to 7 triple draw, 1.3 mil in prize pool money, 149 entries, 13 are left. Danny Wong has 1.3 million, so he's at the top of the chip stacks. Jason Mercier has 1.1 million. Benny Glazer of the UK has 1 million. A notable in fifth place is Phil Ivey with 755K. Alan Kessler, a space cadet that we all love and know, is in the mix with 585K. And Taylor Wilson is holding up 13th place with 115K. Any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, Eric.
Let's go, Benny. Let's go, Benny.
Benny? Who?
Benny Glazer.
Glazer.
Yeah.
All right. I see the flag there.
Yeah, and they
Let's go, Benny.
But the Yanks got you surrounded, Donna.
They are guaranteed.
So, yeah,
they're guaranteed.
the UK's coming. Sorry,
that's okay.
I have no idea what she's saying.
I don't. And I keep thinking she's stopping and she keeps going, and I'm so confused. Sorry, Donna. I certainly don't mean to cut you off. But they're all guaranteed 13K thus far, with 347K at the top waiting for the winner. Fats, did you want to add something to this right now?
Shout out to Sean Deeb, who's on my fantasy team for that 8th place finish.
Oh, we're going to start doing those updates soon, because those points are going to be flying in, I think, from this week, maybe even next week on. So that fantasy league we're doing, I think, is going to start becoming a hot topic around here. $190 at stake, and that's a lot of money for a spaces endeavor.
And also shout out to
I'll go down and come back up again.
Okay, honey.
Also shout out to Alan Kessler, who I was lucky enough to have. I opened up a space yesterday and caught in between everybody's spaces, and it was glitching. So I was having trouble getting people up on the mic, but somehow Alan did manage to get in and get up on the mic. And so I had the drive in the space with him on his drive into the to go to play yesterday, and I gave him the words of encouragement, and I told him this was his shot to win a bracelet. This is his favorite event. It's a game he says he's the best in. This was his big shot, and I told him he could do it, and he was going to win it. And today I got 10-1 on him to win that thing.
Awesome. Awesome. Good luck to you and to Alan. Moving on to event number 30 is the $600 mixed no limit pot limit Omaha Deep Stack. And at the top of the heap of chips is Stephen Scuderi, I believe is how you say his name, of Canada. He has 2.7 million. Tony, is it Dial or Deal?
Yeah.
Has 2 million in chips. Notable at number 17 is Matt Glantz with 1.1 million, and at number 28, D Neggs with 960K in chips. There's 1.7 million in prize pool money, 3,351 entered with 145 left. At this point, they're guaranteed $1,837. At the top waiting for them is 207K. Any comments, Brian?
So Andreas, is that him back there in 34th?
No, I believe it is
Different
not.
Andreas?
I did not mention him because of the name spelling, because there is another guy with a name very close to his, with the E is missing. And so I did mention, because I was like, okay, is it a misspelling or is it the other guy? So
yeah,
I don't want to confuse the two because it's not fair to either one.
What event was this? This was the 600 mixed no limit.
Event number 30.
Yeah, I don't know if he'd play that.
I don't know. I don't know. He may have, just because it was different, because it had a mixed no limit pot limit. You know what I mean? So just for something different, he may have. I don't want to speak.
We're talking about Andreas. He was on with us about a week or ish ago.
Yeah.
And
a fellow space cadet,
and had a pretty good cash. I think 45,000 or something like that.
It was
after coming on. So
90K.
Well,
it was 90K.
90K. If you want to run well, make sure that you're on with us.
Yeah, we're the lucky charms. Come on, people. It's a known fact. Event number 31 was the 3K no limit six-handed, 3.2 million in prize pool money, 1,230 entries. There are 61 left. They're guaranteed $7,567 at this point, with 516K waiting for them at the top. Right now, the chip lead is Jake Ripnick with 2.6 million. Daniel Palau, I believe, at 2.2 million. Some notables at 42nd place of chip stack sizes is Joe McKeon with 570K. In 50th place is Alan Foxen with 370K. And in 56th place, Faraz Jaka with 325K.
And also Jonathan Little, Joseph Chung, and there was one more in here, Maria Ho at 33rd. So a lot of big names in this one.
That's event number 31. Did you refresh that? That's weird. I didn't see Maria. I didn't see Maria on that one.
Is in 33rd.
That's so weird. Okay. Awesome. Good for her. Good luck to her and the rest of the gang. Hopefully we're going to have a winner soon so we can celebrate with them.
Did I say Jonathan Little too? He's back there as well.
Yeah, you did. Brian, what are you doing today? You're going to just work and then leave tonight, or what?
Well, today I gotta meet my daughter's new boyfriend. So
I
have my friends coming over. They're bringing some firearms to clean, and just make sure that we introduce him to the family.
Let me tell you something. my son for prom. He was a freshman and he was invited to go to prom by a senior. They're all in band together. They all, and whatever. So, of course, I go with him to go meet the limo at the girl's house. And so I could take pictures. It's prom night. And my son was a sharpshooter for the 4-H in BB guns, and he has won national titles. And so he takes firearm safety very seriously at that point in his life, and of course, still till today. So we walk in, and the dad is flipping. Was it a gun or a knife? It was a gun. It was a shotgun at the dining room table, and he was, pretending to clean it or whatever. And my son froze in his tracks. And of course, I knew what the dad was doing. You know what I mean? Like it was a joke, but my son was petrified. And the dad, after a few minutes, caught on, and he was like, "Hey, are you nurse?" He goes, "Yes, sir. I take gun safety very seriously," or something. It was so funny, dude. Oh my God. Thank you for reminding me of that memory.
You're welcome. I'm here to help.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, I think that's exciting. Do we like this guy? Was he the Prince Charming in the play, or what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he seems like a good kid. We'll see. We'll see.
Awesome. I love it. How fun. So no wonder Brian went home from Vegas for the day so he could meet the new boyfriend.
Yep. That's pretty much, well, yeah, I wanted to come home with kind of, I can't even remember what day was yesterday. Tuesday. I didn't play Tuesday. I didn't play today. So wasn't planning to. So figured I'd head home. But yeah.
Awesome. So. Awesome. What better reason than to meet a boyfriend of your daughter's who obviously is somebody important in her life, and you got to celebrate that as well. Real Fat says, "Is your hand left over from before? You have something to say, bud?"
One thing that I wanted to say, Sherry, is, a lot of, especially if you're coming to play the main event, okay? And it's going to be your first time ever playing, but certainly a lot of the different World Series events have pretty deep structures and things like that. If you're somebody that hasn't played a lot of deep structures, and certainly the main event is a whole different animal of deep structure. So just kind of like really make sure that you're keeping in mind, how many bigs and that kind of things are, because it's really easy, to lose a few pots, start feeling this pressure of being short when you're really not anywhere close to being short. I see time and time again where people, lose a couple hands here and there, and then you can tell they feel this pressure that's not really there. But they're not paying attention to, how many bigs they have, because they're just not used to playing that deep, It doesn't matter if the person next to you has 30 million chips, and you have whatever, but, obviously they're going to be able to put more pressure on you and that kind of thing. But like you end up in a position where, too often people end up in a position where they make more mistakes because they're just not used to playing that deep. So that's what I would say, especially if you're coming to play the main event. But a lot of the events are that way. They give you a lot of chips. You have a lot of time, and there's a lot of people there that are used to playing a daily tournament that's over the same day, and maybe have never even played a multi-day event. So.
Right. Hey, did you read this comment from ASG? He said, "So nice of Software Brian to be giving people 10K, and not for standard charity, but just to round up their Hendon mob. Truly gracious."
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about that, Sherry, is hopefully that 5%er club is going to be over 10K at some point. So I think he's speaking it into the universe before it actually happens. And
Nothing
Let's
wrong
go.
with that, but I didn't take it for that, but I get that point. Well made. I'm going to go ahead and read today's WSOP schedule. First, the bracelet events. 10 a.m. is the $600 PLO deep stack. 11 a.m. is the $600 no limit / PLO deep stack day 2. 12 p.m. is the $1,500 no limit freeze out day 3. 12 p.m. also you will see the start of the 3K no limit 6 max day 2. 12 p.m. is the $2,500 no limit freeze out day 1. 1 p.m. is the 10K deuce to 7 triple draw day 3. 1 p.m. is the $1,500 7 card stud day 2. 2 p.m. is going to be the $1,500 horse day 1. The non-bracelet events are going to be starting at 1 p.m. The $250 no limit poker news deep stack, the 3 p.m. $240 no limit landmark for 2,000 in chips, the 4 p.m. $400 no limit deep stack turbo, the 7 p.m. $1,100 big O landmark. 8 p.m. is the $200 no limit deep stack. 10 p.m. is the $135 no limit for $1,000 in chips. Brian, do you have the win in the Venetian, sir?
Yeah, I do. But
Go
before I
right
get
ahead.
to that,
Go
I
ahead.
want to shout out to Raja there. Haven't seen you in a while, my friend. Make sure if you're in Vegas to come find me, DM me, and want to say hello.
Hey,
Uh,
Raj. It was a pleasure meeting him last year, and hopefully I'll get to see him again this summer. Glad you joined us, and ASG, Sandy, Donnie, RDB, Vegas, Dave. We're glad you're here with us. BT, Hayden, Don, of course, Fats. Happy you're with us.
Sherry, it's Vegas. Dave needs to be in a prison cell.
Listen, I ain't got time for all of that. Go ahead and tell us
All
what's.
right. Okay, let's go on to the Venetian. 11:10 today is an $1,100 no limit hold'em ultimate stack day 1B. That's event number 29 in the Venetian series. $500,000 guarantee, $40,000 starting stack, 40-minute levels. Late reg is going to be open in that until 5:55 tonight. My flight gets in at 9, so we won't be playing that. And at 12 o'clock, we're going to do the Win. Las Vegas is going to have the No Limit Hold'em Bounty. It's a PKO day 1C of that. $1,600 buy-in, $2.5 million guarantee, 30-minute levels. $30,000 starting stack, 40-minute levels in that. And then late reg in that is open until 7:30 tonight.
Awesome. I was trying to find over at the Venetian, that deep stack,
Yeah.
the day 1B, there's some notable names on that list of those returning, notable to me anyway. But we talked about this gentleman many days last year in our spaces, and that's Jeremy Becker is in that mix. And he has a chip stack size of 323,000, and the chip leader has 632,000, and that's Ross Lanty. So good luck to Jeremy Becker. Thank you.
Becker.
That's what I get for trying to read and talk at the same time. Over at the Aria today, they have a 11 o'clock tournament. It's their $800 no limit tournament with a 200K guarantee. That starts at 11 over at the Aria. The MGM today has, I need to flip the page. Sorry, you guys. A 11 o'clock tournament is their $400 no limit grand stack, 30K starting stack, 30-minute blinds, 40K guaranteed. 12 p.m. they have a no limit 100K restart day 2. At 6 p.m. they have their $300 no limit nightly, 20K starting stack, 15K guarantee, 20/30-minute blinds. Over at the Orleans today, let's see what they've got cooking. They have an 11 o'clock mega stack 40K guarantee for $400 buy-in. At 1,600 hours, they have a no limit 2K milestone bankroll builder for a $230 buy-in, no guarantee. At 1,800 hours, their no limit super stack 20K guarantee, $200 buy-in. That's over at the Orleans. At the Nugget today, they're going to have the daily deep stack starts at 1,300 hours, 30K guarantee, $200 starting stack. I'm sorry, $200 buy-in, 20K starting stack. At 1,900 hours at the Golden Nugget, they have the nightly no limit hold'em 5K guarantee, $130 buy-in. So that's what's going on around town. And welcome, Raja. We haven't spoken to you in so long. How are you, pal?
Hey, Sherry, Brian, how's it going? Yeah, I've been away for a bit, but last minute, like yesterday, I decided to come to Vegas, so I'm here now.
Let's do it.
There we go.
Yay!
So I'll be here till Friday, looking at the schedule. So I'm either going to do the, I think you mentioned the Venetian day. I think day 1B right today of the Deep
Yeah.
Stack 1100,
Yep.
or I might try a couple of satellites at the WSOP, the 240 and the 580. So we'll see.
The Venetian is $1,100 ultimate stack day 1B, $500,000 guarantee for that. So
Yeah.
Okay, Raj, I want to give you a little bit of information about the daily deep stacks right now. They're being held upstairs in the
Yeah.
Normandy room, and Brian reported to us in the last day or so
skip
that
that.
they are doing some construction in the area, like outside of the wall of that room, and so it's open to the outside, like the wall is, like there's no insulation. So that room is very hot right now. Just a little FYI.
Good to know. Okay.
What's going on? Go back to the Aria.
It's that $800. The
So-
Aria has the
And what's their
$800.
guarantee on that?
200,000.
Okay, so probably the Venetian is better today, but keep an eye on the Aria, Raj. Their tournament series has been a lot better this year. It seems like to me than it has in the past. So
They're offering some great stuff, and so are they at the Moneymaker / MGM Summer Poker Festival. They have some great offerings as well,
Yeah.
especially if you want some more mixed games.
right, yeah.
Good to know. Yeah, I think tomorrow I'll definitely play the 800 deep stack at the WSOP, but today I might try a couple of satellites.
Hopefully I'm on your left.
Yeah, are you coming in for that? I know you said you're coming in tonight, right? You're playing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna play that tomorrow for sure.
I was
will-
on earlier, but I briefly heard. Did you make a deep run in one of the events? I had to.
Yeah. And thanks for bringing that up again. You'll your check will be in the mail. No, 12th out of whatever 3,500 in the kickoff.
Oh wow!
So yeah,
Nice.
Got close. I'm gonna. By the way, Sherry, after this, probably in the next hour or so, I'm gonna release the trailer for episode 2 of the vlog. So, you can go back and see that. Raj episode 1 has that whole thing, and then on Software Brian YouTube. So
And just so you know, before you got in here, I made those announcements as well. So anybody listening, check out Software Brian. He's getting ready to release number 2. We're looking forward to it.
So just the trailer today. I don't want people to be mad at me. I didn't promise anything. I gotta work on the rest of the episode, but the trailer is pretty cool.
Awesome. So, we're looking forward to it, and you just take your time and do you, boo.
Have you crashed your drone yet?
I have not crashed the drone, and I've actually learned how to fly it pretty decent. I need to take the tests, Donna, because I can't fly anywhere close to the strip without a serious license
certification.
Yeah. So I have to take some kind of test. So I may not get any Vegas drone footage, But I did do some time lapses from the room the other day, so those turned out pretty cool.
How much
Sounds
time
good.
is this all taking? This seems like a lot for film editing.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing is I had originally, the trailer that I put together, I was going to just have that as a one-time thing for the whole summer.
All right.
And then I did the Gladiator, and I was like, this is too cool of a thing for a trailer. So I made a new trailer, which takes a long time
Yeah.
as opposed to the rest of it. So
Okay. Very cool. We'll look forward to it, bud.
So we'll see. Hopefully, I'll be able to find time to finish the actual episode today. But if not, over the week as I'm getting things done, I'll get that all wrapped up.
Right. Raj, what else are you planning to play? How long are you going to be there for? Till Friday, did you say? Or am I making that up?
Yeah, I head out Friday. I really wanted to play the win event, but it's going to run longer than what I'm here. So that PKO, I think it's like day 1B. I think they have 4 day 1. So it's just too long for me. But no, I'm going to play the 800 deep stack tomorrow, the bracelet event, and on Friday, no plans. So we'll see. I fly out late Friday night, so I don't know how much I'll be able to play Friday, but
Right. Well, that's exciting. I'm getting a little FOMO right now, but a couple of weeks I'll be coming that way myself.
yeah, my original trip was July 1st. I was going to come here, but I had a couple of days free, so I was like, you know what, let me just go, because I hadn't played a tournament since probably last October, September. So I was like, well, let me play a couple
I love that.
back in July.
Love that. Glad to see you joining us again, bud. You were a very important part of what we did last summer in our coverage every morning. We had lots of fun.
Oh, definitely. I definitely played a lot more last summer, that's for sure. Also,
I hear you. Well, I'm glad you're out there now, and hopefully you'll see Brian while you're out there. He's going to get out there tonight.
Yeah, we'll definitely meet up tomorrow.
for sure. Yeah, I saw Joe last night, and I'm sure I'll see Barry and a couple other people today or tomorrow. So I think they're out here.
Awesome. Very cool. That to me makes the trip so worthwhile when you can meet some new people that you've only, met in spaces or on Facebook or on Twitter or whatever on social media. Um, to me, that makes the whole trip worthwhile.
I mean, we met on social media,
Yep,
and it was only because I came over to Vegas that we actually met.
that's right. That was a few years ago.
God, it's 4 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. I love it.
And I
Love it.
met your family and you invited me in, and it's been like family ever since.
Absolutely. It's been awesome. Great memory building, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely.
And lots of laughs.
Oh my God, yeah, lots and lots of laughs.
I'm looking around this room and I'm seeing people. So, and of course, I look forward to meeting the rest of you. But just in this room alone, I've met Todd, Raja, Donna, and Brian in real life, which that's so fun.
We got to meet Larry Fine
I know. I hope he's
and
coming
Annie
in.
Two Cards.
I know. Stephanie, Vegas Dave. I think Vegas Dave, yeah, he'll be out there. So we'll meet him when I'm out there. I'll definitely meet
RDB.
him. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Last time in December we met PPE and Nick and HBK and Keith.
Where is PPE?
Well, I got a kick out of, was it Belky or was it Ryan Ross tagged us or retweeted a PPE spotting? He was on a leaderboard for some sports betting or I don't know competition thing, um, I don't remember who tagged it, but it was like PPE spotting, and I just chuckled.
Yeah, I said I'll get PPE to come out. He can finally take me to that
I love it.
that theatre, that show that he wanted to take me to. So I'll allow him to do that. So if he comes out, then if I come out, then I'll allow him to do that.
I love it. And you know what, you guys, I keep forgetting to say, Brad Nesser is going to be our interview at 4:30 on Friday here in the Spaces, 4:30 Pacific time. Brad
I'm sorry.
Nesser
You
and
broke up. Who?
Brad Nesser
Brad,
Oh, cool.
is going to be our interview on Friday. You guys know I love to throw in some folks from the Spaces that we've been hanging out with, and Brad's been hanging out with us since last spring. So it'll be fun to get to know him a little bit better and get to talk about his recent wins that are going to give him some big opportunities at the WSOP and at the WPT. And, you know, fingers crossed. I appreciate those that reached out in a tweet on my behalf, Brian's behalf, our behalf in Spaces, because if he decides to do it, we all benefit. And that's, you know, we've been kind of tweeting at Phil Hellmuth, asking him to come on for an interview on Friday's show as well. So fingers crossed that he may just pop in. I have no verification, no acknowledgement, or anything that he will. I just have hope, and I love keeping hope alive.
definitely. And Todd, I've told you, next time bring your handcuffs.
He's probably working. Hopefully, nobody's around listening to Donna telling him to bring his handcuffs to Vegas. Oh, well, let's go around the horn, see if anybody else has anything to add, because I've got a hotel to check out of. So let's go with Raja first. Anything you'd like to chat about, comment?
Now, I was going to ask Brian, how are the lines out here? I've got to go deposit some cash in the TBIC. Do I need to usually do it at night, or are they?
No, that's usually okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I definitely recommend getting that set up, and then you know, then it's easy from there. You can just register and get your seat and all that stuff. So one thing is that when you do register, make sure that you check with them. There's some kind of step that they didn't do. Verify me or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
verification office. Yeah.
Credit card and debit card verification. Yeah, you've got to do that when you deposit, or it won't work
Well,
first.
I don't do, I wire money in.
Okay.
So, but there's still some kind of thing that they had to do, because when I went to print my first seat card, it said it couldn't print it. And then I
Yes.
had to go to the window, but then
I'll
you end up in that spot. Don't go to the main window. Like go over onto the payout side.
yeah.
That's where you can deposit for your TBIC too. So don't wait in the regular line. Go to the payout room there. The champagne room, is it?
Okay.
Jerry?
Is it?
I don't think it's the champagne room, but it is definitely called the payout room.
Something like that. I don't know.
I think the champagne is the ballroom itself, but it's definitely called the payout room. So when you turn left to go to buy in, the first room is the cages to buy in. The very next room on the left is the payout room. That's where you want to go.
Yeah, Raj knows where the payout room is. I'm just kidding.
Hey, it's been a while, so I might have forgot. Who knows?
Well, and that's good info for anybody that's listening, honestly,
Yeah.
to help anybody.
Yeah, that happened to me a couple of years ago, Brian, where I bought a seat, and then you have to go get verified before they give you a ticket. But I think when you deposit money into the TBIC, the cash, I think they verify you. But it is good to just remind them to do it in case someone forgets.
And I do want to make mention, it doesn't matter that you verified last year. You have to do it every year, people. Every year. So, real fast, do you have anything you'd like to bring up or add before we sign off? real fast.
I
All right.
just wish I was out there in Vegas.
There's still time, bud.
That's too much.
I know you said it's too much of a hassle, and I'm sorry that it is, bud.
But I miss being out there this time of year.
I hear you. All right, Donna, anything you'd like to add or bring up? Or
No, just that I'm missing everybody over there. The heat would have fucking killed me. I'm a pasty white girl that's got a bit of chunk on her, and I would have like sweated like anything. That's why I prefer December. It's a lot more cooler. But yeah, I just want to wish everybody at the WSOP who's there this coming week best of luck in tournaments. Keep us updated, and look forward to hearing about the updates, etc. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, and let's
Thank you,
go,
Donna.
Kessler.
Let's go, Kessler. Go ahead,
Let's
Brian.
go, Benny.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us this morning. And everybody, see you guys out in Vegas. When you get there, make sure to send me a DM or whatever, however it works. And let's meet up and be able to meet each other. And yeah, I'm thinking about playing the main. I don't know. I would say it's 50-50 at this point. If I do, I'm going to sell
That's what you were
probably
saying.
40% or something like that at par. So I don't know. We'll see. So yeah.
Well, yeah, never mind. I was going to say something else, but we're going to keep moving because I need to get out of this hotel room. So I wish you all well. If you're on the felt today, good luck. And say a little prayer for Brian's new daughter's new boyfriend, because he is in today. So say a little prayer for that kid. And
Yeah, Donna, you better not be with that banana.
Tell him he's got to deal with me if he upsets her.
Oh yeah.
So pray for that kid. He'll never be the same, I'm sure. Thank you for joining us, and those that are listening on replay, we appreciate you as well. And thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
At least